Hi everyone, it's Mimi. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you guys a really quick tutorial on some Valentine's projects that I've been working on. They're these really cute heart pockets. Aren't they adorable? So I just used one little piece of some double-sided paper. This is from Authentique. It's called Sweetheart. I picked this up from Tuesday morning last year. I was lucky enough to find one after Valentine's Day. But it has some really cute prints in it. And because it's double-sided, it's perfect. If you don't have double-sided paper, you don't have to use it. I just think it's a lot cuter because there's just decoration all the way around. Don't mind this. I already started decorating a few of them. I made 5. And as you can see, if you want to store them, they nest inside each other like this. Isn't that cool? So that you can just create them and then put them away until you need them. But my purpose of these is I'm going to create this sort of flip tag with these. That's why I added these smaller hearts up in the upper left-hand corner. I'm just going to punch a hole and put a binder ring through them. But before I finish this, I wanted to share with you guys how easy it is to create these so that you can use them for any type of gift giving that you want for Valentine's Day. So I actually found this on Pinterest, and this is the original one. I used some of my Doodlebug paper. Isn't that so cute? And Doodlebug paper is double-sided as well. But this one is actually a little bit smaller. Let me show you the comparison. So for a flip tag, I wanted it to be bigger so that I can put something a little bit more in here because the pocket is not that deep. So, you know, you can put like a little thing of maybe sequins, or if you make a sequin mix or something like that. So when I finish that project, I will come back and share that with you guys. But for now, I just wanted to show you how easy it is to create these. I am going to show you the tutorial for this one, so the bigger size. And all you are going to need is one sheet of either cardstock or double-sided pattern paper. This measures 5 inches by 7 inches. To make it a little bit easier on you, do you see how on this one, all the ladybugs on this pattern paper are going right side up, as well as the ladybugs right here on the flap? And I did that in a specific way so that the directional pattern paper will be going the right way. Now for this one, it's not really going to make a huge difference. So in saying that, if you do have directional paper, and I hope I'm not confusing any of you or have lost any of you already, but if you do have directional paper, make sure that your 5 inches is going across the width of the paper, and your 7 inches is going to be the length with the pattern right side up. So again, if you are using directional paper, make sure that your pattern is faced right side up, and you are going to cut 5 inches across and then 7 inches down. So I hope I made that clear. And then for this, you just want to decide which pattern that you want. Basically, I call this the main pattern because you see it on the widest part of the heart as well as on the flap. So for this one, I want this pretty rose pattern, and then this on the other side will be my secondary pattern. So with your pattern chosen, what you're going to do is you are going to take your 5x7 piece and fold it in half lengthwise. You can use a scoreboard if you want by just scoring that in half at 2.5. But this way was so much easier, and I do everything the hard way, so for once I thought I'd just keep it simple. So now your piece looks like this. Simple, right? Now we need to cut out the top portion that creates the heart shape. You can go ahead and draw in a semicircle up at the top and hand cut it out, but I cannot cut straight even when there's lines provided, so I'm going to use one of my nesting dies. This comes from my CottageCutz nesting circles. You get a ton of circles in here. So there are 21 in here, and I believe they're separated by 1/8 of an inch. So this one is 2.5, which is what I need to partially die cut out of this piece of paper. Because remember, we started by folding our 5x7, and because we folded it in half, now it's 2.5 inches across, which is the same width as this circle. So I'm going to place my die right at the edge of my folded piece of paper. Now just make sure on the back that your die cut line does not go over. You want it just underneath, and the side cut lines, you want them inside your piece of paper. So I'm going to actually secure this down with some of my purple tape so that it does not shift on me. So again, I'm lining that up. And really, if it's not perfect, it's not a big deal. And basically, I'm going to partially die cut just this top portion of this circle die. You don't want to cut the whole thing, because otherwise you will have 2 full circles out of this piece of cardstock, and you don't want to do that. So let me try to get my die cut machine in here. Okay, so I have the regular Big Shot, and the way that I will be sandwiching my die is first I'm using my magnetic platform. You can use your standard platform if you don't have a magnetic one, and I highly recommend a metal shim. And then you will need 1 clear cutting plate, then your pattern paper with your die on it, and then take your second cutting plate, and I'm going to feed this up until I only have that partial part of my die exposed. So do you guys see that? So the rest of the area back here has no extra cutting plate. And that allows me to cut just this top portion of this die so that I can do a partial die cut, because there won't be enough pressure on this extra part behind it for the die to cut through. So I really hope that makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and hold this with my hand and run this through. It's a little tricky. Okay, so I've taken it out of my die cut machine, and when I carefully peel back the tape, you can already see that that top portion is the part that cut. And it didn't cut into any of the rest of my paper. So, do you guys see? So if I open it up, it looks like the top part of a heart. Awesome, right? Okay, so moving along, go ahead and open up your die cut piece or the piece that you hand cut with the pattern that you want, the main pattern facing up. You're going to take the bottom part and fold it, and you want that bottom edge to meet up right where that semicircle ended. So let me just crease this and I'll show you. So right where that the dip for the top of the heart ends, that's where you want to fold your pattern paper up to. I'm going to reinforce this with my bone folder. Then you want to take one of your corners and you want this bottom edge to meet where that middle score line is. So we're going to fold a triangle basically up just like that. And you do want to have this little lip at the top when you're folding this in. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this opposite corner. You can finger press. I always like to go in with my bone folder. And do you guys see, it already looks like a heart. Now, as you can see, I have a little tiny overhang up there, but it's not that big of a deal because now we are going to take this top area, this lip, and fold that down. And if you just match up the score line that was already created to the middle, it should be pretty even. And even if it's not, no one's really going to notice. It's such a small part. And this part you really do want to crease down. And we're almost done. So isn't that cute? Now for these flaps, you just want to wrap them like that towards the back. Same thing on this side. So that cleans that heart up. Now you can go ahead and glue these down, or you can use some glue dots to adhere them. I'm just going to use some of my Connect glue from Gina K. I've been using this a lot lately and I really like it. So just a tiny little dab on each of the tabs here and just kind of hold that in place. And that is it. And there is your little heart pocket. I think I'm going to add, like in one of them, like one of those Whack-A-Packs from the Dollar Tree that comes out for Valentine's Day. I think that'd be really cute. Just some goodies, and that's why I wanted to use these as the bases for my flip tag. Please feel free to comment below if you have any questions or if something was unclear. But I hope you guys give these a try. They are so much fun to make. When I create things like this, like multiples, I kind of do them in assembly line style. So basically, I chose my 5 pattern papers, cut them all to 5x7, and then I will do each step for each one of them as I'm going along, and then by that time I'm done with all 5 of them. So I hope you guys give this a try. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate you giving it a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.